Today we are celebrating the Multicultural Spring Festival 2023, and here we are welcoming Nadira Yuldasheva, the director of Uzbek Community Canada and organizer of the festival. Happy Nowruz!
Thank you very much.
So, what do you think? Did Uzbek Community Canada succeed and united all the communities together and sharing their customs, traditions and heritage?
Yes, of course. I'm happy because today we are doing the first our Nowruz Festival 2023. And I'm feeling very, very happy because came today to our festival so many community, so many people. We are feeling like one family.
Spring Festival 2023 was not only a great multicultural event, welcoming the beginning of life and beginning of spring, called Nowruz in Uzbek language, but was also aimed at promoting Canada's cultural diversity and creating a positive interaction between cultural, religious, and ethnocultural communities. One of the hosts of the festival was Tony Ruprecht, former Minister of Citizenship and Multiculturalism. He described the festival as a very special event because it introduced 3 ministers of the Crown, a number of MPPs, and Consul generals, including trade commissioners. 39 presidents of cultural associations attended the event. Many of the guests remarked that at no other occasion there were so many groups attending. Everyone told the hosts how wonderful it was to be Canadian and finally meet so many others from various multicultural backgrounds.
We're here to celebrate, and I am delighted that so many of you could come out to celebrate the beginning of spring, the renewal of nature. And so, my friends, we can see that every blade of grass, every flower, every shrub, every tree is today reaching for the sky, is reaching for the sky and to the sun. Let's look at the youth, let's look at the mature people, and look at our seniors. And what do we see? We see, first of all, in the youth, what are they looking for? Yes, you guessed it. Romance, relationships, and love. And the mature people look for inspiration. So they look for the Quran and the Bible and the Talmud and the Indian Gita and Zarathustra, thus spoke Zarathustra. They're looking for that because we all know that when we get mature, we know we have much more in common than we have that separates us. And that is really the third part of Nowruz, the separation. We are together as one. We are together as human beings. And we are together to say no to conflict, no to the stupidity of war, and no, above all else, to anyone who wants to destroy this precious pearl we have called multiculturalism.
Some honorable guests and remarkable participants were awarded with certificates and traditional handmade Uzbek attire called chapans. The program of the festival included various multicultural activities. First of all, Uzbek Community Canada, in partnership with a non-profit organization Immigrant Women in Business, organized panel discussions on ethnic customs and traditions. Representatives from different communities talked about their cultural values and traditions, discussed challenges and problems immigrants could face when coming to Canada, gave advice on how to adapt to Canadian culture and at the same time keep their own heritage and uniqueness. As the week when the festival was held was the week of solidarity with the people struggling against racism and racial discrimination, those questions were also widely discussed. Secondly, the festival was a place where traditional dishes and ethnic foods were presented and tasted. The degustation included European and Eastern cuisines, Italian cheese balls, Greek chicken souvlaki, Chinese spring rolls, Mediterranean baba ganoush, Central Asian samsa, Uzbek pilav, Atlantic salmon, English roast beef, Spanish roast vegetables, French crepes, and many others. Everyone's taste was more than satisfied. It was such a feast for the stomach. Not only the stomach of the participants and guests was filled and satisfied, but their eyes too. The onstage ethnocultural performance groups demonstrated traditional garments and costumes as well as performed beautiful folk songs and dances. The pearl of the festival was an art exhibit by a multi-award winner and a talented artist, Alexandra Guyova, originally from Ukraine. In her paintings, Alexandra wanted to depict all the beauty and shades of Canada's multicultural diversity. The canvases include portraits of people in their national attire or at their cultural event, such as Brazilian Carnival, Indigenous Powwow Festival, Ukrainian village girls, Indian dances, Arab belly dancer, portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and so on. The last, but not the least, within the festival there were attire-making workshops presenting Uzbek, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous traditional costumes. The most remarkable thing was that the workshops were mainly attended by young people who showed their great interest and excitement. It means that those professions, such as traditional clothes designers, have a good chance to be popular among young generations and thrive with fresh ideas and fashion trends while keeping their traditional particularities. This event wouldn't be possible without Nadira Yuldasheva, director of Uzbek Community Canada, who brought all the communities together to enjoy this spectacular festival, local volunteers, and the financial support of the Government of Canada.
So it will be a very good tradition.
Of course, it will be very good traditional. Thank you.
Thank you.